Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to talk about 5 things to pay attention to when buying a used GMC Envoy. These Envoys are getting old and most of them have a lot of problems as they age, so it's important to know what you're getting yourself into. Hit that subscribe button and show your support to my channel. The goal is to get to 5,000 subscribers, so let's see if we can make it happen. If you want to purchase any LED products for your GMC Envoy, check out Auxito LED lights and receive 15% off when you use my promo code, which is GMC Lincoln. Let's get right into the video, shall we? The first thing you should look for is frame rust. This is a body-on-frame vehicle and sometimes these things are rusted out completely to a point where it's not safe to drive anymore. To avoid that, make sure you visually inspect the frame and check for rust. If you see my Envoys here, they're not that bad in terms of rust, but it's getting rustier by the year because we do live in a snowy area where the roads get salted all the time. Even then, you should really take your time to wash your vehicle during winter months because it will extend the life of your Envoy, or any other vehicle for that matter. Make sure to really check out the rear bumper area for rust because that area has a lot of spots where dirt and debris get trapped and can cause rust. The second thing you should check out for are leaks. The GMC Envoy is notorious when it comes to leaks as they get older. As you can see on my 2004 Envoy, the transfer case is leaking very bad and it's all over the frame. There will be some sort of leak as these things age. The rear main seal is a very common leak spot on these things. You'll have to take the transmission out to fix that leak. The front differential is prone to leaking as well, also the transfer case as you can see here. Sure, you can drive it with it leaking, but you have to make sure to top off the fluids and whatnot. But some leaks you gotta take seriously, for example the rear main seal, because this can leak a lot and can make a mess on your driveway like my 2004 Envoy did. It will save you a lot of time and money in the future if you get this rear main seal leak fixed and out of the way. As for the transfer case, if you lose fluid, you'll start to hear a humming noise while driving, which indicates that there's not that much fluid remaining in there, so it's important to get this fixed down the road as well. Both my Envoys are leaking from the transfer case and the rear main seal. The 2004 Envoy has the worst rear main seal leak. Just remember that small leaks can turn into bigger ones, so if possible, make sure to address it as soon as you can. Here is the rear main seal leak on my 2004 Envoy with the 5.3 liter V8. As you can see, it's a nasty scene down here. I have to top off the oil every 2,000 kilometers on this thing. It's very annoying, so I have to get this fixed soon. The third thing you want to look out for is to see if the blend door actuators are functioning properly in the interior. The blend door actuators are actuators that control the direction of air inside the cabin. If they don't work properly, some of the actuators will require you to take the whole dash apart, which can be costly. So you want to make sure they're actually working and going in the right direction. Another thing you should check out for are the gauges. Sometimes the gauges won't work properly and you will need to rebuild the gauges with new stepper motors and lights. It's not that costly of a job, but something to keep an eye out for. While we're still inside, make sure the blower motor speeds work. The blower motor resistor is known to fail on these things, causing the blower motor to only function at certain speed levels or not even function at all. It's an easy fix, but you might as well know beforehand what the problem is. Fluid maintenance. This should be a given for any vehicle before you purchase, but with the Envoy, you should make sure the fluids are fresh and like new. Like I mentioned before several times, these vehicles are getting old, so you need to be on top of these things, especially when it comes to fluid maintenance. Check the transmission fluid and change it if it hasn't been changed. Don't flush it, just drain and fill and change out the filter. Power steering pump tends to fail on these things from lack of lubrication, so you got to get that changed if it has not been changed. A lot of people forget about the rear and front differential. They got oil in them, so make sure to change them out every 30 to 50,000 kilometers. We replaced the rear differential with the used one on our 2006 Envoy, and it cost a lot of money, close to $1,500 Canadian. This can be prevented with proper oil changes for the differentials, so make sure your Envoy has the proper maintenance done, otherwise you're getting yourself into a money pit. Last but not least, drive it. On the Envoy, you want to see how smoothly the 4L60E transmission shifts. If you didn't know, all these vehicles on the GMT 360 platforms came with the dreaded 4L60E transmission. I say dreaded because they were very weak transmissions and they tend to fail. If they fail, you can rebuild them with better parts and they will last you a long time. That being said, getting the transmission fixed costs a lot of money and time. If you feel like the transmission is not shifting smoothly, you better steer away. It will bite you down the road. You'll also want to make sure to drive over some bumps and imperfections on the road to see if you hear any clunks. These things have weak upper control arms in the front that tend to wear out and get loose, causing it to clunk when going over bumps. Other than that, the Envoy can be a great family vehicle if the maintenance has been done right on them. Hope you all enjoyed the video. See you all next time.